Greetings and welcome to This Bloody Garden, a 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle here on Onyx Path. I am Patrick, your storyteller. Before we begin, Vampire is a game of personal, political, and supernatural horror. This show may contain physical and psychological violence, intense social conflict, gaslighting, loss of character agency, and many others. Furthermore, as this is a game that focuses on the Bahari, extra care and consideration for gender identity and sexual orientation, both in and out of game, is of the utmost importance. If at any time you feel uncomfortable and need to step away, we understand and will be waiting with open arms for your return. We have discussed table consent, implement the red and yellow consent system, and will redirect or stop play if necessary. Now, before we dive in, let us go around and introduce everybody, starting with Rose.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rose, and I'm playing Erica Todd, and she is from Clan Ventru, and the newest member to this garden.
And next up is Ben.
My name is Ben, and I'm playing Mortimer Lambert, the ghoul, I guess.
That works. Sarah?
Hello, my name is Sarah. I will be playing Doriana Ivory, the Toreador, and representing the crone of the garden, the lore keeper.
And finally, Sam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha McLarty, and I will be playing Minerva, the maiden of the garden, and the Hakata, your friendly neighborhood Hakata. Mortimer loves me.
We're besties.
Always and forever.
I like this.
Yeah. We high five all the time. Physical contact.
Now, the Bahari enjoy an interesting position here in St. Louis, in that their membership knows no boundaries. Laka, the children of Seth, werewolves, and mages all worship the Dark Mother in their own ways. While racial animosities are still present, as we've seen, each Baham is free to make their own decisions and to find common ground when they can. One of the universal truths is that a grievous injury done to a sister by an outsider is done unto all of the Bahari. The aggression of the patriarchy is also not to be tolerated. There's still a game of pre-station to be played, however, even within the gardens of the Bahari. The right information is a powerful weapon, and unseemly things must be done to get what you need. Now, if you're lucky, those unseemly things can also be carried out in the name of the Dark Mother, who will always get her due in the end. Now, the Coterie has agreed to take on a little bit of side work for another garden outside of the city limits. They are to visit upon a member of the Church of Set. He likes to call himself Marty, but his real name is Martinius. And the Black Furies, who have the crucial piece of information that this garden needs, they're willing to part with it in exchange for Martinius's death. So night finds the garden once again. Everyone, you can go ahead. We can say that you kindred there, you had the opportunity to feed before retiring, so we can reset your hungers to 1. Go ahead. The three Laka. I gotta stop from saying kindred. Bad storyteller. The 3 Laka on screen, please go ahead and roll for rouse now to start your night. Okay, that's a fail for Erica. That is a fail for Doriana. And a success for Minerva. So we're going to go ahead and, Erica, your beast senses the kind of work that you are going to be about tonight. And it reminds you that kindred blood is some of the best to be had. And you feel yourself grow hungrier in anticipation. And Doriana, you awaken from day sleep, feeling the all too familiar sting of the lash and the whip on your back, as your beast is reminding you of the lessons that you must impart. And you also feel yourself grow hungrier. So, all of that out of the way, the garden awakens. How did Mort spend his day?
Mostly sleeping. Same thing we did previously. Just make sure I ran the errands that needed to be ran. Did all the banking, did all the upkeep, the housekeeping, checking the messages, type of stuff. So,
when did Mort actually go to sleep?
I think he tries to sleep between 10 and 4, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Okay. So, Mort, you are there in the lounge area of the garden waiting for your three mistresses to arrive. How is Erica starting off her night? Where is she? Did she stay here at the Painted Garden, or did she return to her private haven?
She was definitely at her private haven. She wanted to get the night started with at least maybe like one, at the very least one customer, if you will, who is one of her regulars, and just to be able to slake off that one hunger, because she knows that she can get that pretty easily.
Go ahead and roll me charisma plus persuasion, please.
Can I use my specialty in persuasion?
What is your specialty?
Seduce.
Yes.
This is the part where I say, thank you. Son of a bitch. 1, 2, 3. Five successes.
5 successes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that, you know, you're the one reaching out instead of the other way around, but, you know, maybe you just imparted the need for some extracurricular companionship, and you get what you need. He gets what he needs. You can go ahead and take away 1 hunger. Unless you're planning on killing him.
No.
Okay.
I kind of want to keep him a regular, so.
Understood.
Yay.
So we'll say, I don't know, a half hour, 45 minutes later, he is getting ready to leave. So, you gonna be around tomorrow night? There's that big party.
Oh, what kind of party? Is it
Oh, it's
the
over.
club party? Like, what's going on?
It's the kind that, you know, the kind that we met each other at.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Curtis is putting that on. And,
Oh, Curtis.
yeah.
Such a dear.
So tomorrow night, maybe? Do you think you're gonna make it?
Maybe. I'll surprise everyone.
Okay.
You know how I love to surprise people.
Well, I would love it if you could make it. And maybe he comes in and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and he leaves. So, as far as Minerva goes, what is Minerva doing when she awakens?
When she wakes, she starts collecting and preparing anything that she's going to need for any rituals, going over any components and stuff that are going to be necessary. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Okay. What does Minerva use to carry around her gear? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe with that outfit, maybe like an old school black doctor's bag.
Probably.
Would actually look very on brand for Minerva.
I was actually kind of thinking something close to the same. If not, it may have a strap, so if she has to move quickly, she can throw it over her shoulder. But yeah, probably just like a black, like leather satchel bag kind of deal.
Leather of dubious origins.
Ooh. I mean, it's Minerva. There's nothing dubious about it.
Well, it's dubious because we know what it is.
That's not cow.
Oh, no.
It's certainly not pork, not the other white meat.
No.
Ed Nagin over here.
Yeah.
If you look closely enough, you might see, remnants of like the design of a person's skin, maybe.
some where the follicles and pores were.
Yeah.
Fully get. Yeah.
There might be like half of a cheek smile like thing going on.
I'm digging this vibe. I'm loving this vibe here. So what did how about Dory? How's Doriana kind of preparing for the night?
I think upon sort of getting this phantom feeling from the beast as her hunger increased, she would be probably taking the time to really curate her private quarter space, to sort of set it up with a ritual bell, some Palo Santo, and just other accoutrement of that type. And she is sort of like the languid smoke from the Palo Santo is just sort of swirling around in the room, and she's saying aloud the end of the oath of the Bahari. So she says, "I swear by 3 times 3, that these 7 moments shall remain my own, and whatever may transpire, no god, nor man, nor beast may take them from me. I swear by myself and my immortality." And she'll kind of move to put out the smoldering Palo Santo, just kind of like put out the stick. Dressing, putting on her makeup, definitely has a couple poppy seeds to take with her. And there's one other thing I wanted to make sure I have. No. Oh, my weapons. That's what I want.
I was actually going to do a weapons check.
Yeah, so I have a V42 stiletto. It's a World War II stiletto knife. So that's going in a harness on my thigh. You may get a glimpse of it as she walks because her skirt has these slits up the front. So you may sort of see it, you may sort of not. It's not ostentatious. It's very plain, so as not to draw too much attention to it. So that's all she has on her for weapons specifically. And then the seeds and sort of gathering all of that. I think at the end of her sort of dressing and making up ritual, she sort of gives the ritual bell just a little ring, not to summon anyone or anything, just to say it's all done now and it's time to move forward into the night. So I think with that, she's probably heading into the lounge.
Mm-hmm. And Mort, you hear the bell ring, and
I hop to and I kind of saddle up to her side, trying to do like the personal assistant thing. It's like, what do we need to prepare for tonight?
I believe I have everything I need. I hope I don't necessarily have to use them, but we'll see. Eric has told me some unsavory stories about Marty.
How much does Mort know about Marty? I wasn't part of the meeting.
Do you have any dots in Streetwise?
I do. A lot.
Ooh. Actually, I think, Mort, you might actually know more about Marty than Dory would. Here, go ahead and give me an intelligence and Streetwise roll, please.
Okay. I got a 4.
Mort, you happen to be very familiar with the individual that Doriana is referring to, just because during your time before you met Dory, you knew of Martinius.
I was looking for acceptance anyway.
Mm-hmm. You know that he was a flesh peddler then. He's a flesh peddler now. You actually know his stomping grounds, where he's currently holding court. It's you usually find them more on like the outskirts of the bigger cities or like in the industrial centers. They're gonna be like those motels where it's just the flat strip of rooms on the side of the highway, big parking lot. Marty's got a place similar to that, except it's not really a hotel. It is on paper, but
sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is what Mort knows about Marty.
And I will relay all of this, and I can definitely drive you, mistress, and the other mistresses to back and forth, get you in there quick and unnoticed.
Yes, yeah, that would be ideal. I can't imagine he'll be too much of a bother, but you never really know with the Setites. Maybe if I talk about Sutek, he'll warm up to me a little bit. They love that name drop.
And that is when Minerva enters the lounge. Erica, since you decided to have a little bit of extra fun before stopping by, you're going to be the last to arrive.
I will take my leave and gas up the chariot.
So Mort just sees Minerva walk in and he's like, nope, and he just
heel toe. Hey, Minerva.
Yeah, she just watches him as he goes, just slowly following him as he leaves out.
And I think Dory sort of sees Minerva like really give him the eye as he leaves, and she kind of looks at Minerva and she goes, "No, he's a good boy."
If you insist.
And I do, as my blood practically runs through his veins. He's my extension. He's ruled by my will. Be certain of that.
For now, that is the case. There are ways to break a bond.
Yes, I hear some interesting stories from the witches. Things going on in the Midwest, in fact. But who knows? Those could just be stories, and well, it is very interesting though. And Dory sort of walks closer to Minerva to sort of stand right in front of her. And she maybe like straightens up the lapels of Minerva's jacket. You'll have the first crack at him if he betrays us. How about that?
I accept that. And she takes a step backwards, away a little bit, putting a little bit more distance between herself and Doriana.
And Mort would probably be returning from filling up the minivan around the time when Erica arrives. Now, did Erica drive herself or did she Uber here?
The guy she was with, Elliot, gave her a lift on his motorcycle because I want that kind of entrance tonight.
Oh, and Minerva and Dory here. You know, it's something tasteful. It's not some wee crotch rocket, and it's not a huge Gates of Hell opening Harley. It's a nice, simple, understated Honda. It's gonna get the job done. And
Little cafe racer zipping around.
Yeah. But Erica hops off the bike as Mort's pulling up with the minivan. The bike takes off. And Erica, you see Mort hop out of the minivan. He's maybe jangling in the keys a little bit.
I notice Erica. Mistress Erica. Welcome.
Evening, Mort. I assume you're the two are inside?
They are. And may I hold the door?
Oh, I would insist upon it. If we're going to impress Minerva, we might as well both work together on this one.
So Mort, you open the door for Erica. Does Erica make a little bit of an entrance, or does she just come in like business as usual?
She walks in and undoes the nice like leather-ish, suede-y, black leather jacket, and unzips it, and of course, revealing top. So slight bit of an entrance, and just says, "Good evening, sisters. Am I late?"
No.
Yes.
Did I see any of their interaction?
No, you wouldn't have caught any of that. No.
Okay.
No, you were late.
Oh my goodness.
I love that though. We're good.
That's so funny. So Doriana takes it all in what Erica has on show, and she says, Have you ever performed on stage?
Oh, a number of times.
Oh,
Not that sort of
makes sense.
show.
No,
Not that
I
sort
just
of
meant
performance. Although a lot of people do like it, and I do get quite a bit of standing ovations.
It would have been so nice to have someone like you with me on tour all those years ago. It would have made the whole experience quite a bit more entertaining.
It's nice thinking about that, but I do believe we have business to take care of with a certain Martinez.
Yes.
Martin, as I like to call him.
Yeah, just that tight. So We'll see what he has to say, I suppose, and extract all we can out of him, and after that, it's to be determined.
You speak as if we're not going to kill him, because personally speaking, I would rather the man dead. He has two options. He can die, or he can die.
We made an agreement.
Exactly.
I suppose what I mean is the methodology. Whether we will snuff him out quickly or give him a lesson and one last chance to see Lilith's visage before it's over.
Oh, certainly.
Well, do any of you need to make any additional preparations, or shall we get on the way?
Oh, I had forgotten to mention, Pat. She would have, Erica would have armed up before she left as well. Mm-hmm. It's all in the leather jacket, mostly stabby McStabbies. Not sure if she owns a gun yet.
I don't believe so, no. So
no, we can do that another time.
Just stabby stabs.
Stabby stabs, potentially maybe like a steak.
Okay.
Just one.
All right. And also logistics-wise, is Mort going to... We could actually have a little out-of-character, like, battle prep here. So is Mort going to be driving the minivan and depositing the garden and then kind of, like, hanging around the neighborhood? Or what was... how are we going to proceed forward with this here?
That's essentially how I saw it, unless somebody tells me differently. But I figure he was going to be the main conveyance there, not hang out, just because that draws attention. But
And
definitely
safety.
find some places to be and be able to be, like, stay within a 5-minute drive, you know.
Okay.
That's why he gassed up so we could walk around. And Mort's no fool. He's got a rather handsome 6-shooter that is licensed, but it's probably for his mask identity, not necessarily his.
Understood. Alrighty. So...
Unless somebody else tells me differently, or if somebody has a better plan, that was generally it.
Oh, I'll let you know once we get dropped off at the location. I have a plan, don't worry.
Okay.
So the garden loads up in the minivan. Mort's driving. Who's riding shotgun?
Shotgun.
Not me. I'm in the back. He's my driver.
About to say, I'm gonna be in the back. And as we were leaving, this might be the first time that Erica actually sees it, but I have my case with me. I just walk over to the corner and I pick it up and start to carry it with.
You probably hear plenty of rattling and clanking and jingling, glass on metal, on glass, on leather, on bone.
Sort of
That
leans
may be-
into... Oops, sorry.
I was about to say that might be, a bone clip holding it all together.
Erica leans in a little bit to Dorian, just like, is that flesh? The bag?
Oh, who knows with her? Probably.
Because I think it's neat, and I want one. Damn.
At least it's a bag and not a lamp. That just seems a little bit gauche.
That
to
seems
me.
a little excessive, personally speaking. Not to mention a whole Chesterfield. I mean, bravo. Look at you. You have a full set. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that.
I would say I would give you some kind of tip to like tell you what she likes, but I don't really know, so you're gonna have to figure that out yourself.
Well, so much for Christmas shopping. Anyway.
So,
Christmas, no.
Mort, you know the place. Like I said, you don't even have to. You know where this guy. You know where his stomping grounds are. There's On the western section, outside the suburbs, in more of, as I said, the industrial outpark areas, you can see that there is like the last remnants of what might have been a good residential neighborhood at some point in time, but all of the houses are run down, boarded up, red tagged. The motel, the little roadside motel that Martinius keeps, blends in very well with the neighborhood. This is not a well-appointed establishment. And in fact, the parking lot, you have to baby the minivan in just because of all of the potholes and cracked asphalt. And maybe this is by design. But you do end up dropping them off. Or would you drop, or would they be dropped off in front or a block or two away?
So, like, what's the nature of the mission? Are we going in to make a statement, and then do the thing? Or is it like a oops, I'm here type of thing? Because
that does bear relevance.
I mean, I assumed we would, like, talk briefly to get any, like, extra info that we could on relative religious kindred religious activity in the city, and then per the agreement,
kill him.
Gotta die. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not a sneak attack, right?
No, I don't think we're like leaping from the shadows to like physically attack him. I think we're just approaching kind of as a little coterie and just being like, hey, rolling up in a semi-threatening way.
Yeah, I wouldn't even get off the road then. I would just pull up to the front door on the street and open the doors. Traffic would be damned.
Mm-hmm. Which, it's 1 a.m. This time of night, there's, the third shifters buzzing around. There's semis that are, lined up, backed up on the roads, stopped for the night, waiting to load up in the morning. There's a few vehicles in the parking lot of the motel, and you can see that there is little to no regard for trying to keep vehicles within the lines, just because the lines might as well just not even be there with as beat up as the parking lot is. But Mort pulls over the minivan, he gets out, and he lets out the garden. Mort, I would say it's going to be relatively easy to find a good spot to keep the vehicle parked. Okay.
Okay.
To where you could still, if something goes sideways, you can be there when the sisters need you.
Okay.
Now, the motel itself is, you can see it's probably changed hands over the course of its physical existence. Like, the signage may have been like originally built when this was first a Motel 6, and then it's been whatever fluorescence or lighting are in the sign do not work. The only thing that lets you know that the place is still taking tenants is the fact that it's got a faded vinyl sign out front that states rooms for rent. But you can see that all 10 of the motel rooms are currently, they have lights on. There's not enough corresponding vehicles to denote that, everyone here in the parking lot is in one of the rooms. I'm assuming we're going to approach the front office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Before we go in, kind of the approach. I would like to turn on heightened senses for hearing.
Okay.
And see if I can pick up any kind of conversation or I guess I have to actively provoke with a rouse. It looks like.
Heightened senses, no.
Oh,
Yeah, I wanted to turn on Sense the Unseen.
Okay. No, those are both free actions. All right.
Okay.
So, Doriana, with your heightened senses, give me a wits and awareness or intelligence and investigation. One of those two.
all right. I'll give you wits and awareness.
Okay.
That's 3 for me.
Okay. You open up your preternatural senses that the blood has gifted you with. You hear the idling of semi-trucks. You hear vehicles passing by on the nearby interstate. The far-off sound of a siren. You do hear the anticipated sounds that one would think to hear coming from an establishment like this. And there does seem to be a little bit of a party going on in the main office. You can't make out any conversation, but you can tell that there is music being played, and there are several individuals in the main office, or at least in the area. Now, Minerva, with Sense the Unseen, without doing any kind of active rolls, you can see that the place itself has a very negative, dark energy to it. It's kind of swirling, chaotic. It's almost like a haze kind of hanging over the establishment. I'm going to determine that there's no one currently actively obfuscated here, so I'm not going to have you roll or anything. But you can tell that this place has a lot of negativity attached to it.
Okay.
And Dory will look at the other two after hearing with her heightened senses, and say, a lot of activity going on in there, might not be just him.
Minerva is gonna look at Dory, and she's going to kind of motion her hand over and say, there is a darkness lingering.
All the better to offer it to the Dark Mother then.
So, are we going to proceed inside?
Yes.
And how are we going to make our entrance here?
I think it's almost like Doriana's coming out of it almost just like a casual, just kind of like walking in, like not trying to be like, ooh, like sneaker, but kind of just like we own the place, you know?
Same with Erica, except she walks in. She's a venturer. She does walk in like she owns the place. She's wearing the high vis vest. She has a clipboard. She's walking where she knows where she's going.
So I would say
Metaphorically.
Authoritatively confident, maybe?
I'd say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Minerva would be right there with them. I don't think that she would have any kind of a different,
So
like she gives no fucks.
I was gonna say,
90% of the time.
she doesn't seem like the kind of emotive individual anyway.
No.
Just very much, I'm here, don't piss me off. So, the plate glass of the front doors, you can see where there's old cracks that have been duct taped over, and the cracks have continued, and they didn't even bother. There's places where there's still tape residue on the glass. You walk into the main office. It's got a little counter kind of offset, kind of into an enclosed space like you would normally see at any other like a hotel or motel. There really isn't a lobby area per se, but there is something akin to a motel bar, which in a place like this barely amounts to more than a card table with a couple of bottles stacked on it. The clerk up at the front of the motel is an older, we'll say late 40s, early 50s. Think of the archetypical pudgy, sweaty, neckbeard type guy. Very... The guy smells, and it's not pleasant. But he looks up at the three of you. Are y'all here for the party?
Oh, yes. Especially for Mr. Martinius. I heard he was going to be here. And you hear this voice come out of Erica that's just like, where the fuck did that come from?
And Dorian is just continuing to look at it and sort of like definitely has a little bit of a smirk at hearing this, and she lives.
Oh, he didn't say anything about any more talent showing up. And he's kind of looking at Minerva just like...
She'll mimic his movement, so if he turns his head, she'll turn her head.
It's, I mean...
Oh, that's so sweet of you to think that we're talent. No, we're special VIPs. I'm sure he would have told you.
And he's still looking at Minerva. You know, Halloween's over. Is this like a weird kink thing? I mean, I don't really ask questions, but I mean, I'm just assuming.
And
People
Dory,
Sorry, go ahead.
Dory looks at him directly in his face and says, just completely deadpan, straight face. She says, "I'm a witch."
All right. Well, I mean, I've got a cousin who's Wiccan. I mean, she's all right. No harm, no foul in my book. Look, so you're all right. You're looking for You're looking for Marty?
Yes, Marty. Such a sweetheart.
I'm. I can tell you, he's definitely busy. If you wanted to go hang out, have a few drinks, I'm sure he'll find the time to stop by and say hello.
For sure. We'll make ourselves at home.
Okay. And he picks up his copy of Guns and Ammo that he was reading. And so are the three of you going to go into the bar area, do you think?
Who all else are we observing, or is it just him?
It's just him in the office area. The bar itself is kind of offset, so you can't see into the area from where you're at. You actually have to go like kind of turn the corner and actually be in the room in order to see inside, like fully, to get the full like picture of what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like we'll have to go in. I'm turning off my heightened senses, right, by the way, as we're entering this.
I'm keeping sentient scene up, and as we start to walk past, she's gonna stop in front of the guy, and she's just gonna get real close, and then she'll just... and then keep walking.
That was unsettling. I like it.
Just sniff real deep, and then drag her tongue across her fangs, and then continue to walk off.
Oh, you actually bared your fangs at him. Okay.
Just a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He shudders. You're those kinds of Marty's friends. I'll let him know you're here. And he seems to be completely taken off guard by what you just did to him.
And Doriana doesn't even look back as she's passing, assuming that Minerva did something unsully, and she just says, "Quickly now," to the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Erica's just watching and enjoying the shit out of this because, like, Minerva's a natural.
So, inside the bar, I kind of gave you the brief rundown, but think old orange shag carpet that's just been mushed completely flat and crispy. There's some old booths. Once again, why pay to have something resurfaced or reupholstered when you can just use duct tape? The bar is, it's an actual bar. It's not anything, it looks something that, would have been bought out of a bulk commercial, like, catalog and just, like, put together there. The bartender is a younger woman, about, we'll say 22, 23. She's got a flannel jacket on over a black tank top, and her hair's pulled back into a ponytail. You can see that there's two gentlemen up at the bar. One of them is basically passed out on a stool and just barely staying upright, leaning up against the bar. The other one is leaning over, trying to continue flirting and or talking to the bartender, and she's clearly ignoring him. He's just kind of leaning, and he's like looking down the other end of the bar at her, and she's maybe washing highball glasses, and just yep, oh, you don't say, oh, just completely non-committal, and the guy is not picking up on the fact that he's already struck out and he's just whiffing at air. But as far as music goes, we'll say it's a mix between like late 70s rock and like 80s butt metal. Old stale smelling beer, old stale smelling cigarette smoke.
I'm wondering, as a Toreador, am I getting a penalty to my rolls?
You're not quite there yet, but it's
just hovering.
Mm-hmm. So the three of you are the only other individuals other than the bartender and the two barflies.
Can I would like to use the binding fetter.
Okay.
I want to see if there are any of those present.
Okay, let me double check the ritual there.
It's a free cost dice pool, Wits Oblivion.
All right, yes, go ahead and roll me Wits Oblivion then.
Real quick question: is it just the Oblivion power, or is it Oblivion? Is it add the Oblivion ritual rating as well?
Actually, I'm reading this right here. This is basically it's free. There is nothing to really roll per se. It's just on activation, the user's senses become supernaturally attuned. While the power is in use, the necromancer is distracted from other activity around them, conveying a -2 penalty to all awareness, wits, and resolve linked rolls. So, you can definitely activate it, and
okay.
there's nothing necessary. You close your eyes and open them up, and you're scanning about the room. And nothing is really striking your interest. There's nothing here as far as fetters are concerned. So, no fetters present. What's our next course of action here?
Yeah, once I can tell that there's no fetters present, then I will just resort back to using just Sense the Unseen.
Okay. Nothing's really changed as far as, I mean, now you're inside the haze. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it doesn't cause you any physical discomfort, but yeah, it's definitely, like, this is this whole establishment is not a very not good place.
I think it's at this moment that Doriana is really turning on the charm, this WLW high femme top energy to the bartender, and she's gonna go up to the bartender and sort of get her attention. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, what can I get you?
I'll just have a little shot of vodka. That'll be fine. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Christy. Hi.
Hi, Christy. And Doriana's making eye contact and just really laying it on. I know there's some parties going on around here. I was wondering if you knew Marty.
Oh yeah, he's my boss.
Oh, he owns this bar portion, or
he owns the whole place, and I'm sure when you meet him, he'll tell you that at least 3 or 4 times.
Sure. When a man owns things, he has to just tell everybody in earshot.
I mean, this place is a dump, but I guess it's his dump. But I mean, the whole damn place just needs to be burnt down.
You don't say, and she sneaks and slips in right next to Dory at this point.
Well,
Tag team.
Hey, are you two supposed to be like working right now, or what's? I don't recognize you being around from here. You're not some of Marty's usual people.
Oh, I'm slumming it.
And she seems to be. Okay. I live just a couple of blocks down the street, but.
I'm kidding. I'm in the same profession as you, the oldest one in the business.
Look, I got out of that. Marty took care of me. I got out of that. Marty did right by me.
How long have you been working for Marty?
She actually stops and has to think. Let's see here. It'll be 2022 next year, so 7 years?
Oh. You're so young.
Marty takes care of me.
Just you?
Oh, I'm sure he takes care of a few others, but no, he takes care of me. He keeps me looking like this.
I see.
And judging by the 3 of you, I think you probably know what I'm talking about.
Of course, I have one of my own.
Oh, really? And you didn't bring him in?
Oh no, he has many important things to do for me. So.
Oh well, I mean, I'd like to get to know him more. I mean, there's not a lot of us around, not that I know of anyway. I mean, I'm the only one like me that I know of. So.
Oh, I should organize a mixer.
And she actually takes one of the bar napkins and a pen, and she writes down her phone number, and she folds it and she slides it across the bar top to you, Dory. If you could give him my number, I would really appreciate that. I would. I really just. I mean, I know that you're not supposed to talk about this kind of stuff, but, you know...
He won't tell.
I'd really like to get to know him more. And not from a professional standpoint, but from a personal standpoint.
And Dory definitely, I think, has some kind of weird jealous moment there, and kind of just maybe a moment of darkness passes over her face, but it's gone in an instant. Probably not detectable by her. Yes, perhaps. I'll pass it on, and we'll see what we can arrange.
Okay. So, Mort, you've been there in the car now for about a half hour-ish, give or take. Have you been just kind of parked, or have you been circling around?
I've been circling around, moving every once in a while. This is not the type of neighborhood you want to stay posted up for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm. So you're driving around. Mort, give me a wits and awareness roll, please.
Okay. Let's get that number. All right. 2.
2?
Yeah.
You think you see a vehicle that looks to be a bit out of place, at least for the neighborhood. You're not entirely sure the make and model, but it is definitely some kind of a black sports car. And you think it's heading towards the motel.
Is it following me, or is it oblivious of me?
It's oblivious. Like you spot it going across, on a cross street.
Okay. I would like to not obviously follow it. I've got a drive and manipulation.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that's an interesting die pool.
I like that a lot, actually. That's cool.
Give me that one.
I'm logging that away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a manipulation and drive. I like that. I like that mix. I am a fan of off-kilter dice rolls. 3 successes. Okay. All right. So yeah, you've seen enough detective movies and enough, police procedurals to know how to, properly, not follow or not look or
not be obvious.
Thank you. Or at least as far as you can tell anyway. But you do turn the corner, and you can see now it's one of those, you think it's a Tesla. It could be, one of those other, EVs that are popping up. But it's driving to the motel, and you see it's had some after body work done, so it's been lowered, and it actually stops before the parking lot, and the driver gets out.
Can I see the driver get out?
Yeah, it's you may or may not have actually interacted with him in person, but you know that this is Marty.
Oh.
This is Marty here. He has arrived.
All right.
Are you going to do anything with this information, or just what's the game plan?
Dory, you've got a cellular, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll send a quick text. Something like, not obvious, like Martin just walked in the building, but it's just kind of like a heads up. So,
the eagle has landed.
Yeah, right, yeah. The fish is in the bag.
And so,
okay.
Dory, your phone goes off, whether or not it's silenced or vibrate, or just on vibrate, whatever. But yeah, you get the text from Mort.
Real quick, did he drive himself, or did somebody drop him off?
He drove himself.
And he left it in the parking lot, or?
He left it blocking one of the entrances to the parking lot. Like I said, the car's been lowered, and he's not going to drive it through the parking lot hell. He'd much rather walk than drive a non-flashy, non-douchebag car.
And Doriana looks back at Erica and Minerva and said, "Speak of the devil and he shall appear."
You hear the front door in the office open, and you hear muffled conversations, and then the clerk, you can tell he's, oh yeah, they're in there. They're waiting for you. They said they're not here to work. They're here to talk. And that is when you see Martinius enter the bar. I didn't give the description of Mort, so this cross applies. But Martinius is wearing a pair of black slacks, a plum button-up long sleeve dress shirt, black tie, black blazer. He's got kind of medium to longish light brown hair, and he's got it slicked back with some kind of an oil product. He's I think new car salesman as far as like how he's carrying himself. You get the impression of a weasel wearing a suit. Not a snake, but a weasel. Oh, okay, so you're the guests that my guy said were here. Hello, I am Martinius. To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Minerva says nothing. She just looks at him.
I think Dory's kind of waiting as well.
Silence America.
Pleasantries are exchanged usually when we've sat down to talk.
Oh, of course. Where are my manners? Do you three need any refreshment?
Minerva just shakes her head.
You.
Because I've got plenty of willing vessels if that's your thing. Please sit down. And he gestures to one of the nicer booths. The barfly that's been trying to talk to the bartender, he's still carrying on. You hear him mention something about, maybe grabbing breakfast after her shift. Martinius walks over to him, and he just gently takes the guy's chin in his fingers, and he just looks at him. Shut up and stop bothering the help. And you see the barfly's face just kind of go slack. And Martinius lets go of the guy's chin. He just turns, and he just slumps at the bar, just staring blankly off into space while the bartender finishes up what she was doing back behind, getting ready for last call. After dealing with the barfly, Martinius joins you over at the bench or over at the booth, and he gestures for you three to sit down once again. After you, ladies.
Erica's going to take a seat.
Same.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Then Martinius, he sits down, and he ever so dramatically steeples his fingers in front of him. So, word on the street is that you all want me dead. And that is where we will end the first session, or the first part of this session.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Dang it.
So, everyone go ahead, take 5, rehydrate, and take care of anything else that needs taken care of, and we will be back ready to rock and roll for you when we return. 5 minutes. Alrighty, welcome back to this bloody garden. So, jumping back in from the intermission, Mort has been driving casually around the neighborhood, keeping tabs being available in case the sisters need him. And he happened to spot the garden's mark pulling up to his establishment. Mort, of course, texted Doriana, let her know that their prey had arrived. And after a brief introduction and a somewhat unnecessary display of power, Martinius, the follower of Set, has invited the garden to sit down to parley. And the last words that had come out of his mouth were him spilling the beans, or at least letting the garden know that he was aware of the plot to assassinate him. So, you want me dead and you're here to make that happen? Is this how things are carrying out so far?
Instant cold-blooded murder does nothing for us. I'm interested to know how you've interacted with the city, with, you know, other followers of Sutek, and perhaps other of the religious groups that are keen to war. And, you know, someone wants you dead. Welcome to the immortal existence. Someone wants many of us dead. This is not unique to you.
Okay. I pull up a sheet here. We're going to be doing some social combat.
Let's go.
Give me a charisma plus persuasion, please.
Gladly.
Oh, wait, no, that'd be resolve, not... Okay. This guy's a giver, not a taker. Okay.
I'm gonna just blow a willpower for fun.
Okay, just for funsies? Okay.
That is 5 for me.
Which beats his 1, so he takes 3 temporary willpower damage. Ouch.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Well, you know, that's a valid truth. Everyone wants someone dead once you've become a vampire. That's the way of the world. You want someone dead, they want you dead, someone wants me dead. The only question is who wants me dead. Therein, my little Bahari garden, lies the rub. Who wants me dead?
Who do you think it is?
Alright, I need you to give me a resolve and subterfuge, please, Dory.
Resolve and subterfuge. I'm going to rouse my resolve, actually.
Okay.
I passed my rouse check.
Still at hunger 2 for you, then.
Yep. Okay, so... Go.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 5 on a critical success.
I got a 4. So he takes another temporary willpower damage. Go ahead and you can come up with a witty retort.
Wait, I thought I asked him.
That was the.
Yeah, I asked him who does he think wants him dead.
That's true. Yes, valid. Well, lately, I'm sure that one of my latest additions probably pissed off an older sister or an aunt, going off of what's been happening here lately, but I think one of the recent additions or one of my recent acquisitions probably had a very, very well connected or very vengeance-minded relative, and they've sent you here to take me out. And seeing as how they've sent 3 Bahari after me, they're either connected to the Bahari or they have weird friends, and I'm probably leaning towards it being the former option. Are we at least on the right track here?
Dory will look over at Erica. What do you think? Is he catching on?
Safety in numbers. I don't think it would just be one Bahari member. Of course we'd all go together. Who does he think we are? Stupid?
And you, Erica, will give me a manipulation and persuasion.
Gotta be.
Meanwhile, Minerva has just been sitting there mimicking him, everything that he does. So her hands are doing the steeple thing. If he moves his head, she moves her head, and she's just mimicking every movement he makes.
I love that.
Not saying a word, just mimicking.
I love that. See, and this is one of the things I like about Minerva. She, like you said, she's a doer, not a sayer. This is... Mm-hmm.
Okay, Pat, shit. So...
Yeah.
Rolled high in a lot of them. There's 3 10s. Definitely 3 successes, though. So whatever those 3 10s turn into.
Okay, were any of those 10s on your hunger dice?
No.
Okay.
Also, I have none because I went back down to, I think, 0?
No, you're 1.
To 1 hunger?
To go to 0, you have to kill someone completely.
Okay, none of the hunger dice.
So
then.
yeah, back to 1 then. Okay. So that's 5 on a crit, which beats his 3. And that takes that the
impairment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so end of the line for me here. Is this how things are gonna be? There's nothing I can do to tuck you out of this?
And Dory grabs his chin in her hand and looks him right in the eye. Tell me, where is your education lacking? What lesson do you need to learn, Martinius?
You looked a Setite in the eye. That's kind of fun that you did that.
That's bad.
Mm-hmm. His eyes turn to slits.
You know, this is very strange because this happened to me literally yesterday in Delves, where I looked a Setite in the eye. Oh, same shit.
I got 4 on a crit on that roll.
Oh. And there's no defending roll or contesting roll, or
it's Eyes of the Serpent, and I can't remember what the contest is, and I have my Anarch's book put away. Give me.
I would like to.
I'll grab.
When she grabs his chin, mm-hmm. I want to activate Touch of Oblivion, but I still have my gloves on.
Okay. Okay.
I still have my gloves on.
All right, that's a rouse.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. But yeah, I've got my Touch of Oblivion, and so while, like, if his hands are steepled or when she grabs him, so I've got my Touch of Oblivion on, and I'm just going to start pulling at my gloves on my left hand.
Okay.
I can contest it with wits and composure, so
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and do that.
All right, so I've got 4 on a crit.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, my movements are very kind of
Slow and deliberate.
very slow.
Blow another willpower. real
Okay.
quick. I also got 4, but not on a crit, so I'm assuming he still takes it then. Okay.
So you're speaking, and your eyes instantly lock with his, and you feel yourself falling into the black slits. You cannot move. And he lifts his chin out of your hand, and he leans back in his chair.
The moment that he does that, her glove comes off, and I'm gonna grab his chin.
Okay.
Oh, face grabbing. What are we, Italian?
Give me a brawl and melee, please. Or, I mean a deck. Let's see here. If you want to try to get this without him catching or without him being able to dodge, you're gonna go ahead. Give me a dex and brawl.
All right. All right. And I'm gonna rouse blood for that. That gives me how many? 2 extra or 1 extra?
2 extra.
2 extra. Okay, I'll do that. Ooh, that is so pretty. All right, so that is, I got 3 crits and 1 regular success on that.
Okay. Was one of the crits on a hunger die?
No.
No?
No.
Alright, so that's 5 crit. He obviously had something witty planned to come out of his mouth. And he pulls his head dramatically out of Dory's grasp, and he starts to go back, and then that is when your hand just whip grabs him by the chin, and the skin around your fingers on his face instantly starts to blacken and crack. And you've never heard a person scream this high before.
I'm gonna take his jaw with me.
And he pulls back, and that is indeed what happens.
It's mine now.
He's clutching at his face, and you hear this strange gurgling sound as he's trying to vocalize, and he can't do it because he has nothing to do it with.
And I'm just gonna look at him and go, shh.
And you still have his jawbone clenched in your hands, and it's starting to crumble to dust and ash.
Am I still
Does that knock her out of that?
paralyzed?
Yes.
I
Yes.
say Erica's
yes.
gonna be pushing on Doriana, just like Dory.
It's his shriek that does it. That was him finally breaking his concentration and releasing you from his grip. And Dory, you now can freely move.
Great. I would love to extinguish Vitae, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Just
and
to twist the knife a little bit. I know that's a
That's a rouse.
yeah, rouse for
And
me.
Erica, one thing that you probably haven't seen her hands. So
Not gloves.
it's skeletal. It is skeletal,
proper
like
expression.
a corpse's hand. Yes, like like a decayed corpse's kind of hand. It's just like it's shriveled and it's very skeletal.
Now, is
I
that
see.
in
Doesn't do
blood
hugs.
sorcery or resolve in blood sorcery on your part?
I actually need some clarification. I have it written here. So user rolls the contest to target vampire in line of sight while concentrating for a turn and gesturing subtly. So I can be gesturing kind of under the table with my hand. It's intelligence and blood sorcery versus stamina and composure.
Yep.
And a critical win will increase it by 2 instead of 1. Okay, so intelligence and blood sorcery for me.
All right. Okay, I've got his die pool here. Not the best.
Well, I got a messy crit for 6 successes.
And he
Total.
got 3 on his contest.
So that'll stoke his hunger by 2.
And Dory, as you enact the power, you call upon the magic in your blood. Your beast snarls at finally getting a taste of its prey. And you feel his beast recoil in fear. And everyone in the room can catch a faint whiff of the smell of kindred blood as he is starting to visibly sweat.
What's the matter? 3 little kittens got your tongue? Literally. Eric is gonna slowly get up, saunter over to his side of the booth, and look over to the other 2. Do we feel that he's paid enough for his transgression, or shall we make him a little bit more?
Why don't you do something first? I'd love to see a demonstration of something you can do to him. Whatever you want to do. I'd love to see it.
Wits and awareness from everyone in here, please.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. Two successes.
Okay.
That is also 2 for me. Do I have any penalty to the messy crit, or is that okay?
Not
4
yet.
with 4 with 1 crit.
Okay. All right, so Minerva, it's mostly because of the angle of how you were seated, but you notice after you finish your little exchange with Martinius, the sound of the scream has attracted the attention of at least the barfly that was trying to hit on the bartender. The other drunk is still passed out. The bartender is kind of backed into a corner, just shell-shocked, and the one barfly has turned around and he's kind of staring at what's going on here. And Martinius is still... So you all 3 of you now have an audience.
Normally, in most cases, I prefer an audience, but I require a little bit of privacy in this case.
Hold on 1 second. I think.
Oh, actually. I do have Mesmerize.
Okay. Okay, so everyone's gotten their stuff put together. Sam, you still needed a moment?
Hold on one second. I'm just trying to find something. I think I am going to. We have an audience, and you're going to try to mesmerize. Is what you said you're going to do?
I mean, it's an idea.
And he's still whining and complaining.
Mm-hmm. Puling, as it were.
I think what I'm going to do is. I'm going to slide out of the siege. Hold on one second. Sorry. I'm looking at the chat and I have something for that. Hold on. But anyways, I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm just gonna slide out of the booth, and I'm going to slide next to him, and I'm going to give him the Hakata kiss. I'm going to eat him, and it's going to be very painful.
That was my idea as well, so I support that.
Definitely support that.
And to answer you, Sarah, with what you were asking, I have Ashes to Ashes, which is kind of the same thing.
Oh, perfect. Great.
So I was trying to figure out like what it was. I was like, I know that correlates to something that I do have. Ashes to Ashes, yeah.
Okay. So
I've also got Cloud Memory as well, so I can get the guy to Cloud Memory.
Okay.
So I got stuff.
So Minerva, you slide in.
Mm-hmm.
And are you trying to make a show of this, or are you lunging in to strike?
I'm just one hand is going to, like the ones with the claws, is going to kind of push in to pin him so that he can't move. And I will use the other hand on like his arm, so that his arm is slowly starting to disintegrate away. And then I'm just going to go right for the jugular.
Okay. Why don't you give me a strength and brawl?
Mm-hmm.
And he is also going to roll the same to contest. And he is going to rouse strength, even though he's at hunger 4 now, because of someone.
Do I use any of my Oblivion ratings as well, since I'm also using that?
No.
No, okay.
No.
All right. So that is... I'm also going to rouse blood, which is going to do great things for me, let me tell you. It's not. Oh, that's so many of those. All right. Well, that's nice. All right, so that is... I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 crits. Funny enough, though, those are on the hunger dice, and then 1 regular on a not hunger dice.
Oh, so you got a 5 on a messy crit. He got 5 on a standard. So, multiple things happen at once. So, Minerva, you move in to attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that he is in a fight for his life. And as you are leaning in and starting to sink your fangs in, you hear the unmistakable snarl of a vampire's beast going into frenzy.
Shit.
but you manage to sink your fangs in and pierce his skin. And the hot, angry kindred vitae filling your system is also bringing you closer to frenzy. Please roll your undamaged willpower.
Okay. That's not a problem. That's got a lot of that. Okay, that is going to be, I have 3 crits on that and then 2 regular successes.
Okay. You're able to stave off the fight. Or you're able to stave off the need to rip and tear. You continue to drink, and now that his arms are no longer protecting the hole in his face that you made, his screaming sounds like something out of a nightmare as the bite of the Hakata takes its toll on him. The one drunk at the bar is still thoroughly passed out. The bartender has started to flee from the room in terror. And the one other barfly is doing something stupid. And he's starting to approach the table.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, I'm going to intercept.
Okay, so Minerva, you are locked in the kiss, at least for the rest of this round. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Erica, what are you going to attempt to do here?
Well, I assume if talking's still a free action,
Yes.
she's also going to quickly look over to Dorian and just like, we have one on the run. I'll take care of this one. And she walks over to the barfly.
You read my mind. And Dory is going to go to intercept Christy and catch her before she gets away.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to need a Dex and Athletics from Doriana.
And I'm going to use Cloud Memory on Bubba over here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there's different STs do the rousing the attributes differently. Am I allowed to rouse another attribute in this scene? Okay,
Go ahead.
cool. I am going to rouse my dex then.
It's your hunger. You do what you want to with it. It's not my fault if you roll badly. And thank you for hanging tight, Ben. We'll get to you here in a moment, sir.
Be happy. I'm not gonna be hungry when I see you again.
I did fail the rouse, so I'm at 3 now. But my dex is roused for this roll.
Okay. And any stats that you rouse, stay roused for this scene.
That's a bestial failure.
Ouch.
Now that made it worse re-rolling it?
I didn't re-roll it.
You
I
did.
roused.
Yeah, you're roused. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I can't re-roll because all my dice are hunger dice. And my dex is terrible and I have no athletics. So, and I got a 1 on 2 dice actually.
The prey fleeing is less important than the prey here. Your beast craves kindred vitae. It wanted kindred vitae. And now it's going to have it. and you also latch on to Martinius instead of chasing after the bartender. Erica, you hear a snarl behind you as you approach Bubba, and then a muffled... You don't know what's going on behind you. All you know is that Christy has possibly left the bar. But you are dealing with Bubba, who's he's looking like he's wanting to like thump your chest with his finger.
Oh.
Big mistake.
You need...
Huge.
What are you doing to that guy over there? And he's trying. He's going to attempt to thump your chest to punctuate every word. What are you doing?
Before he even does, she's just gonna flash a smile and just let her eyes catch the light and cloud memory.
Okay, which is automatic against a mortal. Okay, so cloud memory. If you want to roll this off to determine how much, yeah, go ahead and give me the roll that's listed there for the for cloud memory, and the number of successes are going to tell me how far back in time you can fuck with dude's thoughts.
What is the roll? I don't have it up, unfortunately.
All right, so let's see here. So for cloud memory, that's going to be charisma and dominate.
Oh, sweet Lord, yes. Mama is happy.
Landed right in the wheelhouse.
Mama is so happy right now.
So he's a drunk mortal. You basically have free reign.
Cool. 3 successes.
3 successes. I'm going to let you say that you can basically change this entire guy's night up to this point.
Cool. All right.
Oh no, you can. Oh, actually, yeah, you can have him forget the entire night up to this point. So is that how
I can't make him do anything though, right?
No, not with cloud memory. You can have him basically forget everything up to this point, the entire night. So he's not even going to remember how he got here.
Cool. What's his state right now? Is he still aware? Do I gotta just turn around and push him out the door? Or?
So you...
It requires something else to do it.
No, that'll be fine. So you lock eyes with him, and it's almost the same as Dory and Martinius. He falls in, and you see him kind of he's in the process of rebooting. Going, what the? How did I? What? He's very wobbly now. Were you gonna attempt to do anything with him?
Well, I do have that hunger to slake.
You're gonna kill him? You're at hunger 1. To go down to hunger 0, you'd have to drain him dry.
Do it.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Everyone else is having fun, might as well.
Yeah. This is what the one time Minerva would be like actually impressed. Like that's where you get the Minerva approval.
And she's busy in an orgy
of blood.
Of blood.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So
God damn it.
Erica, you don't even have to. He's very receptive to anything, and you lean in, and it's always a shame because there's always that first initial, this is going to be real nice, and then that's when the pain of the kiss takes hold. And with other kindred, you know, they can drain their victims, and it's a sweet, peaceful death. But when a member, oh no, I'm sorry, it's a long night. You're not Hakata. What the hell am I doing?
That's just me.
Yeah,
I give the painful kiss.
I see.
Technically, I'm Ventru, and I'm slumming it.
See, my problem is I've got the Psychopomps game, and they're all Hakata, and I've got. That's what it was. That's what it was. So
okay.
So no, you're able to lean in, and you can feel his heartbeat pulsing between your lips, and it just gets softer and softer. And then it's last chance. Gone.
Dun, dun, dun.
Have you killed while feeding before, Erica?
I don't believe so. Oh, Canada is my first.
Give yourself 2 stains.
All right. Humanity stains?
Yep. And we'll address that at the end, or after the session's over. We'll do that off screen.
I think we all have stains tonight.
See, as far as Martinius goes, you aren't there yet. You're not there yet, but
What's coming?
Mm-hmm. So, Mort, you're sitting there on the street, and it's been a few minutes since the Mark entered the hotel. And you start to feel like you need to drink. You need blood. You need her blood. But you know that you yourself are fine. Something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong, or the show has finally started.
Yeah, but I don't feel this very often. I don't expect.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna go see what's going on.
So you get out of the minivan. Are you bringing the gun?
It's on me. It's concealed.
Okay. That is when you get up to the front door of the main office, and that is when you see a young woman wearing, of course, it's a private school girl skirt, and the flannel top that matches the print of the skirt, and then the tank top. This is the bartender for reference. You of course you don't know who this individual is, but
no idea.
No.
Yeah.
So this young, you'd spot her at 22, 23, just comes barreling through the door and almost runs square into you. And she is hysterical. She's crying. They're killing Marty. They're killing him. You gotta do something. You gotta stop them.
Calm down.
I don't let it be calm. And she's actually like resisting.
Okay.
Let me go. You have to get in there and stop them. Call the cops.
I will, but you have to stay here. It's not safe outside.
Composure plus persuasion. Or composure plus persuasion in this instance.
Sure. It's not nothing. I got a 1.
She's calmed down a little bit, but it's not enough to get her to break out of her hysterics. There's 3 vampires in there, and they're killing Marty.
Show me where they are.
You can't go in there. They'll kill you. They're vampires. They're fucking vampires.
Well, we have to see, don't we?
You're not supposed to see them. That's the point. We have to go now. We have to hide.
Okay, come with me.
Okay. So she's looking for any port in the storm. First, she was wanting you to run in there and break up a fight, and now she's ready to run and hide? This is... Yeah, more the thing. You don't know what's going on, but shit has definitely hit the fan.
So in my mind, like, this person saw something and is in very will break the masquerade in some way. I don't know who she is. And so my intention at this point is to get her into the getaway vehicle.
And she will join you, actually. She sees that you're heading for a car, and you left the car running, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And she sees that, the running lamps are on, and, oh, yes, we gotta go. Yes, oh my God, thank you for having a car so close. And she gets into the passenger seat up front, and I'm assuming you get in the driver's seat?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go. We, look, I know a place where we can hang out. Look, Marty doesn't know about it, but I'm sure we'd be safe there.
Sure, take me there.
Okay, and she starts...
Text.
Okay, and she starts to give you... Or she gives you the address, and she starts to give you directions. You don't know the neighborhood all that well, but you know that it's at least in this part of town.
Give me a streetwise shot to see what I know about this neighborhood.
Yep. Give me a intelligence and streetwise.
A 1.
It's a shitty neighborhood, just like all the other shitty neighborhoods in this part of town.
Okay.
All right, so you drive to the safe house, or at least where she says it's safe.
Sense the unseen as I'm driving.
Give me a resolve and aspects roll, please.
That's not great.
No.
2.
That's not bad. You can see kind of a shroud of death kind of hanging over her, but nothing that would ever actually kill her. You know that she is like you.
Oh. I don't know what to do. I've never met another one like me.
What? What do you mean? Like you? Like...
Yeah. I probably wouldn't have just said that. But
gotcha.
I would have said that like, I would have been like, oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So, all right. So look, all right. It's 2:30 right now. Look, sunrise is gonna be. Are you texting and driving, sir?
Of course I am.
Give me a texting or give me a drive and dex roll, please.
I mean, we're not hiding from the cops or nothing. I got a 3. Get off my back.
I love that.
Quote of the night.
She's oblivious. I
love it.
Yeah, she's like, if you're texting and she doesn't think anything of it, you're able to keep the car in the lane without any swerving. Periodically, you bring your hand actually to the wheel. You can't adjust it with your knee anymore. So it's 2:30, and look, I know that like sunlight kills them. So if we can just hide out until sunrise, we can go out, we can go back, and we can make sure that Marty's safe.
Are you serious about this?
I need Marty. You don't understand.
Sunlight
I need Marty.
Kills them.
I know, but look, Marty's one too, and I need him alive. And you don't understand. I need Marty alive.
So where's your safe house? Where's your safe spot?
Well, it's the address that she gave you previously.
Okay.
And it's so look, it's my cousin's apartment. She's She's out of town. She's working. No one's there. He doesn't know about her. We can hide there.
How long have you been with Marty?
I mean, since I was 18, I could start working.
How long have you been with Marty?
Be 20, 25 years? So you don't understand. I need to make sure that he's okay.
We'll make sure.
Give me an intelligence and occult roll, please, Mort.
Well, here's the thing: is like she's tied to that guy, and if he's done, she's going to do anything in her power to get more of that vitae. So I don't want to drop her off because then we're just throwing a loaded gun. I got one, but if I bring her back to the garden, that's going to ruin everything there. Honestly, in my mind at this point, the best thing for her is to put her down. But that's not something I can do.
So you know enough of the kindred condition and the ghoul condition that, even if she's due for a fix, it's not going to kill her if she goes dry. She's just going to look almost 50 and not 22.
Right, that's why I asked her. But again, that 20-year hook, that's where things will get crazy.
So what's your intentions here, Mort?
We're going to stall more time. Got to get that text. Got to get somebody to pick up.
Okay. Perfect time to circle back over to the motel bar. Erica, you finished your meal. You were at Hunger Zero.
I turn around to see what fresh hell is behind me.
Blood. Everywhere.
Oh, wow.
You see Doriana and Minerva practically fighting over who's going to get the last drop. There's a tug of war going on over the body.
Oh my god.
Doriana, you've nearly slaked your hunger frenzy. However, you really want to be the one to finish this guy off. Minerva, how vested are you in diablerizing this Setite?
Pretty fucking vested. I said I wanted to eat him at the very beginning. Pretty vested in it. That and I have Methuselah's thirst.
So yeah, you need the kindred blood. So here's how this is gonna happen. I'm gonna have the two of you both roll a strength and brawl as you're literally doing a tug of war over this body. We're still kind of sort of technically in the same scene. Okay.
Three.
Minerva is starting to get the upper hand. Doriana, go ahead and roll me willpower, please. Undamaged willpower.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. Dogs can't be helped. Cats can't be helped. Pets are pets. One. You are able to have a moment of clarity through the haze of the hunger frenzy. as you realize what's going on. You've come to your senses, you're finally lucid, and you can act freely. You see that Minerva, you're both latched on to Martinius, who's basically a sack of bricks right now. But Minerva has definitely has the much more aggressive handle and grip on him. Are you going to continue to feed, or are you going to back away? What's Doriana's plan here?
Doriana will relent.
Your beast has had its fill. At least as far as you can, short of actually killing him. So you're back down to hunger 1, Doriana. All right, Minerva. If you're wanting to proceed with the diablerie,
Yep.
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go through with this here. I need to make sure I'm looking up the rules properly. All right, so give me a strength and resolve.
Okay. Is my strength still up from when I roused it earlier?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's still a lot of dice. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 4 crits. And then 1, 2, 3. And then 3 regular.
All right, you got him on that one. He is at blood potency 2. I need another strength and resolve check, please.
Okay. Alright. It's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's 2 crits and then 2, 3. 1, 2. Hold on. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And then 2 regular.
Okay. All right, so you do successfully drain Martinius's soul, and his body starts to decay and ash. And Doriana, you've been, well, hell, the both of you have been around plenty of kindred who have met the final death before. Erica, maybe this is something new for you, but the smell of the instant putrefaction and practically atomization of a corpse, it's something that most people don't get to experience, and most that don't relish the fact. So, Minerva, you automatically lose 1 point of humanity.
Yay!
And you now roll your new humanity and plus your old blood potency.
Okay.
And then I roll off here on this. He's got 2 for that. And he's got...
Two. Okay. 2 crits and then 4 regular successes.
All right. That is going to give you... go ahead and put a pin in this. You are going to get 20 XP to put towards you can either raise your blood potency to 2 right now, and that would kill all 20 XP. I know that number off the top of my head here. Or you can sit on that, and then we'll go over the possible disciplines that you could pick from after the session.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And Doriana, that's when you get Mort's latest text.
He'll say something to the effect of, I have a stray ghoul in the car. We're wasting time right now. I need to know what to do with her. She's looking for Martinus, and I don't think he's around anymore.
Doriana looks at Erica now that Doriana's lucid. Mort has Christy.
Oh, thank goodness.
What are we going to do with her?
I mean, tell Mort to end her. If you tell him, he has to, doesn't he?
Yes, I'm just trying to decide if it's going to lead to another mess that we'll have to clean.
Very good point. How far are they?
But I don't think they're too far from here. They're on this side of town still, certainly.
Maybe Minerva actually physically sighs in contentedness as the remains of Martinius's soul kind of settles into hers. But yeah, Minerva, you are now lucid after diablerizing Martinius.
Since Mort rolled about the knowing where Marty was hanging out, like his stomping grounds and stuff earlier, and that was successful. Would he know where then by extension the Setites are hanging out?
Not per se.
Okay. All right. Shot in the dark.
I mean, I do have find group as my specialty in Streetwise, but I'm sure I'd have to roll with a different difficulty.
At this point,
I have one more thing, Sam. I'm sorry. You know what? That would actually make for a good daytime adventure for Mort. To track down. Yeah.
Okay, so basically then what Dory will do is before she says anything, she's going to text back to Mort, keep her with you during the day, find Marty's associates, and she'll kind of put it in quotation marks, and drop her there.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Now, Sam, what was Minerva going to do?
She was just going to look over at Dory, and she's just going to say, give her to the wolves.
Oh, that's also a good idea.
Yes, I quite like that. Interesting. So then Dory will take out her phone again and just say, scratch that for Marty's associates. And then she'll kind of look back at Minerva and Erica. But where are we going to put her until we can deposit her back to the wolves?
Does she have a place to stay?
I can keep her.
Well,
God damn.
I mean, and you're okay with her coming back to the garden then? If we all agree, that is acceptable, but all of us have to be unanimous on that.
But she recognizes us.
Does it matter if she's going to die anyway?
True.
Can't take her back to his people. She has seen us.
You're right. Okay, so
I start singing a soothing tune in the car.
and the text messages is like it's just like bubble with the 3 dots and then like it stops and then bubble with the 3 dots and stops again. So then finally a text comes through that basically just says, take her back with you. She's coming back with us and we will take care of her shortly.
Minerva's gonna open up her case and pull out a little glass
Comes up.
vial and a cloth.
Start to collect ashes and other various material components from.
Oh no, that was for the chloroform.
Oh. So
I'm preparing the chloroform, and then yes, I'm gonna collect all of the ashes and all of the things that I could use for later on.
So Mort's gotten that text. What's going through Mort's head right now internally?
Well, internally, he kind of liked the idea of bringing her back to the garden anyway. I just wanted somebody else to say it. In his mind, he thinks that maybe we can get her dried out, and maybe we can, maybe Lilith will be good for her. And he's definitely not wanting to shoot her or anything, so he's just calming her down. It's like on the way back, it's like, listen, man, I have someplace safe for you. We just want you to be safe for right now, and we can go looking for your people tomorrow morning.
Charisma and persuasion, please.
Minerva wants to play with her.
She's got hooks and everything.
Great jigsaw.
I got 2, but one of them is a crit. I don't know if that means anything.
That's fine.
Okay.
She seems to have a little bit of trepidation. Give me a moment here. You're with them, though, right?
Who are they?
The ones who... I can tell now he's fucking dead. And they killed him. He's gone. He's gone, and I don't know how much time I've got left.
I look at her. What you are experiencing right now is the moment before your clarity, before your lucidity. What you feel is very real. And there's nothing but beauty and strength after this. We will find your group tomorrow. But right now, whatever you're going through, it is not safe for you to be alone.
God, you sound like my fucking counselor.
Sometimes we say true things. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know your counselor.
Look,
I start singing a very pretty song. Come on.
do you think your friends will? Do you think they'll take care of me? Like, do you think they'll be able to give me what I need? I mean, they killed Morty. They got to take care of me now. Isn't that how that works?
I don't know what they can do for you.
I don't like the sound of that.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I've never seen anybody get weaned the way that you are.
How many more of us are there?
You're the first I've ever met.
You're the first I've ever met, too. They don't like us talking. You notice that?
I hadn't noticed, but I don't know what you were into in there. But the only path to salvation and the only path to strength is through suffering. And I'm sorry that you have to go through it. But it is the only way through.
And that is where we will end tonight's session. We've got a Diablerie under our belt. We've got a very dead follower of Set. A very dead mortal laying crumpled up in a flophouse bar. And we have one ghoul riding shotgun with the other, getting in touch with our inner mortal, maybe? But one thing's for sure.
She's going on Minerva's wall.
I wanna feed her to the Garu. That sounds way more fun.
Well, she gets to go on the wall until we can take her to the Garu.
All right.
See?
Stop playing with your food.
That's fine.
Really, you guys?
all
What am I,
Minerva
the mother
does.
of the group now? Jesus.
You know, eventually
We
Mort's going to
really-
read that tenet that says only kill and sacrifice to Lilith, and then we've got some talking to do.
Hey, this was completely to Lilith. We had to do this so that we could get to where we needed to be. That was the only way.
Of
Correct.
course it was, Erica. Just playing.
How dare.
Oh,
Dare
I
you.
love this. This is the good though. Anyways, this was This Bloody Garden. I'm gonna go ahead and give our cast a chance to tell everyone what they're up to. This should be airing the third weekish of November, so bear that in mind. Anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll start with Rose.
Hey everyone, I'm Rose. I played Erica tonight, and you can find me with all the links in the link tree in the chat. And as of late, actually, I've been posting a lot on TikTok, very, very recently, very related to this. So, and I could use followers. I would like 500. I would like to do lives. So, very close to that. So feel free to give me a like and follow on TikTok as well. If you already have, great. If not, spread the word.
Love that, and I'll make sure to spread the love. Next up is gonna be Ben.
Hey, my name is Ben. I'm nowhere really. I'm just on Martlet, but I encourage you to watch all the other Martlet stuff.
I like that too. Sarah.
Hey, my name is Sarah. I am a creative partner at Martlet Games. You can find me on Twitter at MCDiabetes. I'm part of several Vampire and Dungeons and Dragons games with Vancouver by Night here on Onyx Path, and then with Martlet as well. Please stay tuned with Martlet for all the stuff we have coming out, including the 10 Candles sci-fi anthology Terminal Black, which premiered in November. So that is still going on. So please join us for that on Mondays. And that is fun, loosely connected stories. They're all standalone, but you'll see all the faces you know and love in the TTRPG sphere, and you just have a lot of dark sci-fi goodness. So check that out. I think it's either wrapped or almost wrapped, but if you want to check out Skin Deep, the bespoke horror series using the V5 rule system by Lex or Redhead Vixen on the Vancouver by Night channel. I imagine most of those are up on YouTube. It's a project and a performance that I'm really proud of. So please show Vancouver by Night and Lex some love over on YouTube and other social media. And that'll do it for me. Thank you.
And finally, for the cast, we've got Sam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha McLarty. What Sarah said, all the things with Terminal Black and Martlet and Vancouver by Night and all the things like that. You can also find me on Saturdays on the Level Up Dice channel playing Vancouver Adjacent by Night. I will be Elena Cortez for that, the La Sombra. There's other stuff going on. Linktree, best bet. Just go to the link tree, follow me on the socials, and I always post what's going on there. Yeah, I try to keep it short and sweet. I'm really bad at outros, so that's what you got.
It's all good in the hood. And finally, I'm Patrick, the creative director at Martlet Games. This is always a blast to get to saddle up with this particular group of characters here. You can find us every Tuesday here for the next couple of months, doing this Bloody Garden for you all. We've got Terminal Black on Mondays. We've got the Saturday Vampire Takeover, which you can find Sam and myself on, both on Vancouver Adjacent. Lovely show. You can see Sarah on Delve into Darkness over there on the Vancouver section of the Takeover. You probably heard me lose some narration there just because I've got so many freaking games going on in my head. We've got a sister game for this show popping off Thursday nights over on the Martlet channel called Psychopomps Incorporated. It is a all Hakata game. Also, coincidentally, happens to there might be some connections here and there. We'll see how they all play out over the course of time. But that should be soon-ish, like episode 3, I think, going off of the timeline. But anyways, love you all. Check you later. Peace out.
Take care.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.